What's going on, guys? Alec here from Oz Fury Gaming. Today I'm going to be covering all the stuff that happened in ATV, taking a look at a bit of the production schedule too. But to start us off with, I'm going to leave you with this really nice little bit of hype that will get us started with the video. So after seeing all the awesome work the guys at CIG have done, let's talk about where they're heading. So as we can see here, the production date's been, well, pushed back a bit. Not so much for us, but just internal schedules, guys. There's been a lot of bug fixing that needs to happen, and when you're building a game that, like Star Citizen, that encounters things that no other developers ever tried to do, it can become a really big hassle. But if you go through the production schedule itself, which I'm not going to for time's sake, you'll note that they've actually finished a lot of features. So they're not too far away. There's just a couple of things on the UI side that's really sort of holding them up. So moving on from here, let's take a look at the rest of the ATV. To start us off with, we're looking at some character peoples. As we can see here, we've got some mocap and some other guys from 3.0 coming in, as well as some stuff for Squadron 42 animation work and mocap going on there. We've also been working on takedowns and knife kills, as well as guns and shooting and all first-person firing stuff like that. Also too, they've been working on jumping and things like that, so we'll actually be able to have some nice animations when we move around. Moving on from here, we'll be seeing some first-person machine guns, and we had this nice heavy machine gun that's coming from Genesis. It looks like an absolute beast, like a mini gun that's a bit smaller, that's handheld, that's easy to move. From here, we're looking at the Moby-Glass, well, the upcoming Moby-Glass, showing here that it's all based off the arm, no matter if you're standing or crouching. As we look here, we can see it's actually quite a beautiful screen. There's a lot of information going on here, and I really do like this over the Moby-Glass we have now. Obviously, they've had a lot more time to spend on this, but it just looks so freaking awesome in my opinion. I'm going to be really looking forward to being able to pull it up and bring up the star map as well. As we can see. Like, look at how beautiful this is, guys. It's just truly astounding on the fidelity and the detail that they can create just for our character. Now, as we move around, we'll note that he'll take a bit of a zoom in on Crusader, this nice big gas giant, and we'll actually be able to see all the different entities that will be around Crusader as it starts to grow, and the stuff that is there now, like Port Olisar, Grimhex, and all those sorts of things. It's really cool to see it all coming together. Now, other things too were obviously with the Moby-Glass, you have your mission manager, all the different stuff going on. Those are like collection from Daymar and all these other different bits and pieces of missions, so it'll be interesting to see how that becomes more important for us as we go through 3.0. After this as well, they've been working on the airlocks and pressurization systems, allowing us to be able to use them for item 2.0, making them nice and neat. Now, these aren't obviously the finished items, but they're fairly close from the looks of things. Then they showed off more outpost work, really basically finishing up all the feels and the details of each outpost, making them unique in different areas, so your storage and all that sort of biz, as well as derelict outposts or emergency outposts and things like that. Moving on from here too, they were showing off the outside pieces, so your solar arrays and all that sort of business, the landing pads, all that's been finished up, as well as a lot of the outside work, so the lighting, the the grit in the dirt and the different colors for the different type of outposts, for who owns them. If you're unaware, there's like actual companies who build these and put them in place for us to use, basically. So we can see here we've got Rayare, which is one of them. After this, they had a nice little bit of what basically the main hub's going to be. So Port Olisar, just sort of a basic grey box sort of look at it, bit of details attached. Here we have a PB store, which is going to be one of the stores we can go buy and sell at. Here we're going to have an administration desk where we can actually take packages and drop them off. So, important things, as well as an observation deck so we can see ships coming and going from Port Olisar. And also to have these little rooms that we can go check out, which are like little administration rooms. From here as well, we have Grim Hex, which will be having a few different shops added. One of which they did say will be a ship part shop, so that'll allow us to go, I'd imagine, and rent weapons with AUEC. That'd be really nice. From here, they started showing off derelict ships. So here we have the Caterpillar. They've got a Starfarer coming, which I'll show a bit later. Freelancer and a Constellation. Those will be the 4 ships that we'll have in 3.0 to go explore and find. What they're showing off here is basically the randomization tech for placing the ships. So makes the ship sit where it should with the landscape, so it doesn't deform the landscape. It sort of sits as if it did crash there, which I really like. And here's the inside of the Caterpillar. So as you can see, some cargo boxes and things. Up after the derelict ships is the Hull C, showing the whole folding motion, just basically in a sort of a grey box stage, which would be really nice. And also too, showing off some of the interior work for like the engines and the interior hallways and things, which is really nice to see coming along, because I'm fairly certain it's for 3.1. That's where it's slated. After this, they were showing off power distribution for the ship and how things work and all that sort of biz. Now this looks to be a Buccaneer, and as you can see too, we can not just adjust the triangle, but we can actually adjust how much power is available in the standby power. Here we have an Eclipse cockpit, so we can see it all nice and neat, sort of starting to come together. And then also too, they're showing off the wings and how the animations for that will all work together. Showing off now too the Gladius, sort of the quick getting in, getting out. You can imagine the Gladius being sort of one of the poster boy ships. It's really important to get this one right. There's been a lot of hate too for the new HUD and all that sort of business, but we'll see what they do for us when 3.0 comes around, shall we? Also too, talking about the Gladius have been shown off here, the blackout and the way that character engages with the environment of the ship and how it handles. Also, they were showing off ambient noises. So on the ship here, for example, you can hear like the drives and all the other bits and pieces from hallways. After from here too, they were showing off the Reclaimer. This is more interesting for me, as they can actually show things being finished, like the storage area, the elevator, all this sort of biz, the lighting. Just note too the particles near the light of the top there, hallways, and then this is actually a cockpit. So as we can see, it's actually quite snuck away for people to sit in. Those panels will actually come out and sort of engulf us as you sit there and work. And also too, they have the tractor beam station all finished up and looking neat. Here we have the actual entrance to the cockpit, so you can see it's quite a large area. Yet again, the elevator coming down, having a bike, just having a nice chill time. Next up is the size 6 guns, or 1 to 6, showing off all the different laser repeaters and things, which would be nice. And then also too, they were showing off SFX stuff for damages and sparks and things. From here too, they were showing off Nebula, so the artists have really been able to engage and create these nice lighting effects, color effects, as if there was gases and things like there are in space. It's a realistic thing. So that was really nice to see too. Another thing that I did enjoy was how much depth they've taken with this asteroid field, sort of showing, this is off the Yalos asteroid field, showing how dense it actually is. It feels like an asteroid field. Now the lighting they've been working on, guys, as you can see, when you come back down on the left hand side, see how much brighter the moon is. Well, they fixed that up too. Now here we have that Starfarer I was talking about. This is to do with the planet/moon building. So they're showing off the Starfarer. Also note they have a grey cat here on the surface. So they're showing off the scattering, basically where they place rocks and how the environment procedurally scatters the assets that they apply after the base entities. From here too, they're showing Levski, basically how large the Levski Daymar area is as they zoom out. You can see like the depth and the fidelity of the actual mountain ranges and all the meteor craters and things. So I just find this really, really beautiful. Following on from this, guys, we had a good bit of Cutlass show here. What they did was they actually got 4 players into the game engine, taking the Cutlass down. They actually land the ship, as we'll see in a second, but look at the trails and the engines and the lights and everything. It's just so beautiful to look at, and it really gives you the realization that all they've talked about and everything they've shown at Gamescom and CitizenCon and stuff is actually going to happen. It's not just some black magic bullshittery, it is a real thing that's occurring. Look at the light reflecting off that too. So I'm fairly certain this is yellow, judging by the fact it's like an ice world, but I don't know. Note too how he bounces when he lands. Comes in pretty hard, but yeah, it seems to have some shock absorption. So here we are in the Cutlass on the interior. It looks a bit wider for the doors compared to Freelancer, and you can see too how much bigger the engines are and larger the ship is from its standard sizes now. Moving on, guys, we have a look at this ecosystems and assets. So basically they, working on trees, foliage, I'd imagine animals to populate the environment, as well as large bodies of water and all the other different rocky outcrops and environments that come with a planet. So we can see here too, the scaling of rocks and things like that to make it really feel like a planet, not just like a dead landscape, and make it feel realistic. Not meaning to poke at No Man's Sky here, but No Man's Sky was fairly out there for a lot of their ideas. So guys, I'm going to be finishing up the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment or a like or anything like that if you enjoyed the video, and just leave a comment too if you want to discuss anything that you found interesting about this week's ATV and all the information in Star Citizen. Hope to catch you guys around the verse. Toodaloo.